Savannah here at RunwayRunaways.net. Today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Hannah Bree Howard.
Hi.
Introduce yourself, Hannah.
I'm Hannah Bree Howard. I'm 14 years old. I'm from Texas. I sing, act, and dance, and I'm a yodeler. And I'm just out here in California living the dream.
All right, Hannah, before we start, what is yodeling? Can you just give us a sample?
Yes, it's just cracking in your voice, and I'll do it for you a little bit.
And so, of course, me being your best friend, I've heard you do that a million times, but I bet our watchers right now are just going, oh my gosh, this girl's beautiful. And she's talented. It's just not fair. You know, I feel the same way. Anyways, so we're going to keep talking about what we came here for, fashion. So, Hannah, as the springtime is coming up, we're kind of putting our winter wardrobes away.
Yes.
What are you most excited about to wear for spring fashion? What are you always excited about when it comes springtime?
I am super excited for the bright colors, the colored pants like I'm wearing right now, the flowers, the floral. I love floral dresses for the summer, and the high-waisted shorts especially, so that's my favorite.
That's perfect. All right, and so some of the trends this year are the 60s. They are back. And let me just tell you guys, the 60s era is my favorite, and I know a lot of you might not know that much about it, but if you scroll down on the home screen of RunwayRunaways.net, and I'll put a link below, there's just tons of things about Peter Pan collars, skirts. Hannah, those are your pretty much two favorites, right?
Yes, I love big skirts. They're my favorite. I'll wear them anytime, yes.
All right, and then we also have things about the bold prints, the bold silhouettes, and the bold patterns, and just being noticed. There's so many different ways to be noticed this time, especially with all of the new trends coming up. As I've said before, and I'm going to say it 100 different times in this video, I love the 60s. It's really important just to be able to differentiate like which styles came from which era, and just being able to pull from our past into our present to be able to dress ourselves in a way that's old and new. So Hannah, I know that you and I really, really like to go thrift shopping, Goodwill shopping, and then garage sailing, which you guys have really taught me about that, her and her mom. And her mom, let me just break away for a second. She did my hair, okay, and I'm just working the crimp. I love her mom, and I love her. Okay, sorry, continuing on. Garage sailing. Do you have any tips on how we can kind of take those old clothes that we may find in our grandparents or like Goodwill and really repurposing them? Sorry.
When you find maybe like an old shirt or an old dress, maybe add some rhinestones to like the collar or the sleeves. That's what I like to do. I like adding things. Like I'm very crafty, me and my mom, so I pretty much everything in my closet is from a thrift shop or a friend or something. I just piece it back together how I want to wear it. And just if you want to add like a little trim here and there, I think that's a good tip to use.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so having your wardrobe from other people or different places rather than just going to a store, like let's say Wet Seal, and I know in Arizona a big one is Q. Instead of going to those stores and buying this, and this, and kind of making it, oh, this is vintage chic, why don't you, I challenge you, because next month we're going to have a video all about recrafting, and Hannah's definitely going to have to help me out with that one because she is a genius. Just about going to Goodwill and other places because they're super cheap, going, repiecing things together, and then pairing them with new items that you get from the stores. But the most important thing to remember during the springtime is that you can wear basics with like a floral blazer, and I know Lauren Conrad, LC, she's my favorite, she's my fashion role model, is making one of those at her Kohl's collection. It's super cheap, super inexpensive. So you could go grab one of those, and then you could have like a cute little dress that you got from Goodwill and wear that under it with like some little brown combat boots. Or you can even, what I've done before is go to Goodwill, get high-waisted pants which that's definitely from the 60s.
Yes.
That's what the high-waisted is from, or from the 80s as well. Cut them either into capris, into shorts, however you want to wear them. Rip them apart, add studs. Like, I know we've all seen it 1,000 times on Instagram.
Yes.
Hannah, now when it comes to fitting your body, what is your favorite tip to use when you're in a rush and you need to like fit something to you, or just kind of make it more personalized to where it's like, wow, that fits her really well?
Well, I wear a lot of dresses, so I have like a few dresses. If I am in a rush, I just slip them on, put a belt on, and some brown combat boots. I wear my brown combat boots a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, safety pins, so stuff like
Yeah.
that. Just being able to, and belts are a really good point. If you go to Goodwill, and that's my favorite thing to get the 60s things from, I have a lot of skirts that are in the plus size section. You go, and if you just fold them inside out and you sew down the back of them, you can do that. Make sure that you don't sew the zipper. I've done that a few times, and then it's like, I can't get this on. So make sure you're being eyeful of that, but just kind of look into that and see. I mean, I'll have a more on that, but bold prints, stand out and be yourself, are kind of our watchwords for this month, and that's what the 60s were all about, okay? And go ahead and tune into the show Mad Men, and that will definitely help you understand the 60s style. It's a great show. So, Hannah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming to RunwayRunaways.net. I'll see you all next week. Bye.